In 2010, Intel will be delivering some really exciting capabilities. The first set of capabilities is really focused on giving the end user a great experience. Over the last few decades of business computing, how the end user uses the PC has radically changed. The days of using a single application are unfortunately over. Now users use many applications simultaneously. They'll be running multiple Office applications in the foreground, they'll be performing collaboration tasks, and using very rich, intensive web and media applications. In addition to that, there's all sorts of other capabilities that are running in the background. IT is running security services, backup services, compression services, and all of these things need to run in such a way that they don't interfere with each other or cause a bad experience for the end user. Looking at this as the problem statement is exactly what we did in the design of the Intel Core processor family in 2010. First of all, we created a brand new microarchitecture for the core itself, which we'll be delivering in 2 and 4 core varieties. The 2010 Smart Cache architecture that's built into the Intel Core processor family is truly amazing. It enables up to 8 megabytes of cache to be shared between the cores. This makes it such that even if different cores have different demands for the use of that cache, it'll automatically tailor to whichever cores require the most cache. We've also reintroduced hyperthreading to the Intel Core processor family. This allows up to 2x the multitasking performance than the processor that you had 3 years ago in the Intel Core 2 Duo family of processors. With hyperthreading, each core is able to run up to 2 software threads. In the business market, all sorts of applications require encryption in order to protect data. And the industry standard algorithm for this encryption is the Aes Encryption standard. We looked at this as a problem statement and said, could we make it such that software vendors that are building an AES algorithm can build one that runs much more efficiently? And that's exactly what we did with AES-NI. We built AES-NI such that certain portions of the AES algorithm can actually run in parallel, resulting in the overall algorithm running much faster. Josh Hilliker is going to show us how AES-NI can be used in a real-world application to significantly improve performance. Josh?
Thank you, Steve. Hi, my name is Josh Hilliker, and I'm with Intel Corporation. And today, I'm talking to you about the new 2010 Intel Core i5 processor. And to do so, let me kick off this job. What this job is doing is it's unzipping an encrypted 800 meg file. Over here, I have a 3-year-old platform. It's an Intel Core 2 Duo. Over here, I have one of the new 2010 Intel Core i5 processors. It specifically has software on it that's optimized for AES-NI, which is a new hardware acceleration capability in our processor. And as you can see here, it's already finished. And as we wait here for the Intel Core 2 Duo, let's talk about the IT challenge. And that challenge is about making a decision as an IT professional on, do I want security or do I want performance for my end users? And in the past, it's been a challenge to have both. What we're happy to announce is that with the Core i5 processor, you're able to have both. It allows you that ability to mitigate the performance burden that encryption puts on your system. And as you can see, this 3-year-old platform is still going. It's still going through the process, and we're still waiting. If I look at the Core i5 and how quickly it finished, we're talking about a 3.5 times encryption rate better than a 3-year-old platform. Now that's smart performance.
One of the amazing performance technologies that we're delivering in 2010 is Intel Turbo Boost. What we've noticed is that some applications only really use 1 or 2 cores, and we've designed the processor such that in those scenarios, some of the cores can run much faster than the other cores, with the result being that the end user gets the best possible experience from a performance perspective. When we combine Turbo Boost with the other performance technologies in the Intel Core processor family, it provides some really amazing results. Josh Hilliker is going to show us how this can be used in some real-world business computing examples. Josh, can you show us what you got?
Thank you, Steve. Now in this demonstration, I'm going to show you a little bit about our Intel Turbo Boost technology. And to do so, let me kick off this job. What this job is something typical you would see it with your end users in your business, which is I'm going to pull up Excel, do some financial calculations, do some graphing, and then I'm going to go over to PowerPoint, and I'm going to publish it as a PDF, maybe to send on to a coworker or to someone outside the company. What I have in front of me is an Intel Core 2 Duo system, about 3 years old, and the new 2010 Intel Core i5 processor. One thing to note over here is I've got the Intel Turbo Boost monitor, and it's showing me what's happening with the application. With Intel Turbo Boost technology, it gives me performance when I need it, and you'll see that when it comes up to about 2.93 when the application requires it. And when it doesn't need it, it's saving you power. And as you can see here, it just finished. Our 3-year-old system is still running. Now back to the applications. With Intel Turbo Boost technology, you have up to 80% performance gain within the applications. Now think for a moment, what does that do to the end user productivity at your company? That's what we call not just faster performance, but smarter performance.
What's truly amazing is when delivering these performance technologies, we can do so in a very energy efficient way. We can do things like shut down cores that are not in use. We can help meet Energy Star standards. And when we compare the efficiency of the platform to platforms of just a few years ago, we see tremendous energy improvements. For example, a desktop PC from just 3 years ago, when we compare a new 2010 Intel Core i5 processor versus a 3-year-old Core 2 Duo, we actually get a 30% energy improvement. It's not just in the CPU core that we've made great performance strides, it's also in the areas of network and I/O. So for example, in wireless networking, the new 2010 Centrino line offers over 8 times the bandwidth, and we also have options that include integrated WiMAX in addition to Wi-Fi in the Centrino wireless capabilities. It is a key objective to give the end user an absolutely fantastic experience when using platforms based on the 2010 core-based processors. To do that, we've put technology in the processor, in our wireless capability, and other elements of the platform that not only make it run fast, but also make it run extremely efficiently, and this will result in providing an absolutely outstanding experience.